Yep. Hey, come say hi. You want to say hi?
I do not want to say hi.
She won't do it. My beloved better half.
Hello. I will say hello.
Michelle is gonna go help a friend. We were gonna go live last night, but we were gonna do a show Monday. But you get the Wednesday show. Today is August 28th, 2019, and you get me, and me, and me, and me. And there's the friend saying, Glenn Beck interviewed Tim Pool. And what I really liked was their section on talking about this. Talking about Google and big tech. And where do we draw the line as libertarian-minded people, as free market capitalist people? Where do we step in and say, wait a minute, our free speech is being hindered. We can't get our information out. And I really think that when you start to view the internet as a road, and you stop traffic for people with alternative views on a road, on a literal road, wouldn't you say that that is wrong? Google owns everything. Google is the road. It's the highway. It's, maybe you can call it a toll road. But what if toll road people said, because of your conservative views, you can't take this road, or you have to go to the far lane and go 10 miles an hour, while people with liberal views can go 70 to 85 miles an hour. And I think that is where if they did it for LGBT people, what if they put LGBT people on the bottom of search results and had only heterosexual views to the top? What if they put all black people at the bottom of the search results and let all white people go to the top? Because that's what's happening. The roads have to be open for all, bottom line. And that's my argument.
That's authoritarian progressivism.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I disagree with it.
And that's where they are. That's where they are.
Yep.
I mean, there's a real problem, in my opinion, that is going to happen before we even get up to speed, to where these companies, and I am for the free market.
Yeah, let's go back a little bit.
Right. So now think about what we can visibly see as insanity, delusional content where babies are watching realm that can't be broken out of because they've spent, out of sight, out of mind. The only thing you hear is from one side. So, I've said this before, and it's meant to be a little hyperbolic, but I think if something isn't done, there won't be, Republicans as they are today will cease to exist.
By when?
I mean, I'm being hyperbolic. Within the next couple elections. Look at, I'll give you a good example. Donald Trump, he's the president. A lot of predictions, models say he'll win 2020. I think that's a fair point. But Twitter said he breaks the rules.
Mm-hmm.
He's not allowed to be on the platform, but here's what we're going to do. Twitter said, we're going to put a notice on his tweet if they break the rules. You know what they're really saying? The line in the sand as of today, no one who ever speaks like the president will be allowed to use this platform. If you can't use Twitter, which is one of the dominant, spaces for public discourse, we will never see the rise of someone like Donald Trump ever again.
Well, that's Google's stated goal. Facebook has said the same thing internally.
The good censor, right?
We can't let this kind of stuff happen again. They believe that they are right, and as no offense, but as progressives usually do, they believe they are the right ones. They have more information, and so I'm going to just take progressive steps to get you dummies to go along. There's two ways of looking at progressivism. That way, okay. If it is good and we all agree,
that's authoritarian progressivism.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I disagree with it.
And that's where they are. That's where they are.
Yep.
I mean, there's a real problem, in my opinion, that is going to happen before we even get up to speed, to where these companies, and I am for the free market, these companies are getting double dealt by the government. They're getting platform status and they're getting publishing status. So they get all
That's a complicated problem too.
But you can't be protected on all fronts and then start to say, you know what, I want to do good in the world, and so I believe this is good, and so I'm going to steer people this way. We're talking about companies that will not have No one will have the protection of the Constitution because the Constitution applies to the government, not to private companies.
The tyranny is being outsourced.
Yes.
I find that nightmarish. So it's funny, you know, you get these woke activists, they'll be like, here comes Tim to the defense of conservatives. And I'm like, first of all, remember that poem, First They Came For?
Yeah.
Right. I look to the conservatives in this country as doing what conservatives always do. I've heard the arguments. I disagree with a lot of them. But hey, we're all Americans, and the point is we find that compromise. The problem now is nothing to do with conservatives. It's a handful of billionaires running unaccountable corporations with government protection. Where's the left? I mean, I grew up with liberals saying, corporation bad, and I'm like, I agree.
I grew up making fun of things like Blade Runner, going, please, I work for the corporation. Shut up. I've always been there. And for the last 10 years, I find myself with a growing number of conservatives all saying, something's really wrong here. Something's really wrong. And
you know what really annoys me is I've had a lot of conversations with in-action conservatives, I'll call them. I'm not saying regulation is necessarily, you know, what has to happen, but something has to happen.
Yes.
And there are so many conservatives that say, no, we should let them do what they want. I'm like, okay, great. You'll be banned first. I mean, your opinions won't exist anymore.
Right.
You know, here's the thing I noticed. I was talking to this guy who's a far-left activist. He told me he was a centrist. A socialist. I'm like, socialism is not the center. Quite literally, on the political compass, socialism is as far left as you can go. And laissez-faire is as far right as you can possibly go. And I'm talking about the compass, not like American cultural standards. And he thought he was in the middle. And so you realize that, and you look at someone like, you know, Jack Dorsey or Sundar Pichai, and they think they're in the middle when they're far left. So then they go, okay, so Democrats are far right, and communists are far left, and socialists, you know, socialist Democrats, you know, or democratic socialists are here in the middle. We should ban everyone to the right of a Democrat. That's literally what they're doing. Man, I gotta say, you know what's really scaring me too? We're gonna derail.
He did not misspeak there. The way that the big tech views the political spectrum is that the Democrats, like a Hillary Clinton and an Obama, are far right. And the communists are far left. And the socialists are in the middle. And all of us, everybody to the right of Obama, is gone. We're just gone. And we have to be able to speak out and make a change.
A little bit, I guess, but I was talking on the Joe Rogan podcast with Jack Dorsey, and right away I said, your rules are biased against conservatives. And the look on his face, he didn't realize it. I said, what rule? He genuinely believed his rules weren't. And I said, first of all, the misgendering policy. Like, I understand why you want to protect the trans community. They have very high suicide rates, and I can agree with, I can respect that sentiment. But you have to realize more than half this country, like substantial majority of this country, even liberals, do not agree with a lot of what's happening in this argument, like transgender women competing against biological women.
Right.
Like, lifelong Democrats are concerned about that. When you say you're going to ban every conservative because they hold this view, or they have to bend the knee and never express that view, you've got a rule base that is basically threatening them at any moment. The sword is Damocles over your head. You can be kicked off the platform. Now what do we see? In Canada, a trans woman has filed a human rights complaint against a Brazilian waxing salon because the trans woman has male parts and is demanding the female make contact. The law is this professional waxer shut down her business, and
we've just gone insane.
That to me really crossing the line.
We are denying reality.
Yeah.
At the same time, we're denying an individual right to say, I don't want to participate in that.
And I'm going to stop that there. I'm going to kind of cover some more news, but this is the bits. These are the bits, no pun intended, that are not being shown on mainstream media. ABC, NBC, your friends aren't hearing that there's a guy dressing like a girl going to all these waxing places in Canada and suing them because they won't give him a Brazilian wax because he has male parts. And Canada is forcing women to touch male genitals because the person supposedly in his head says that they're a female. And Donald Trump is up against these kind of people all day long. And he's punching back against them. And did you hear what Tim Pool said? Twitter has now said that Donald Trump violates their policies, but because he's president, they're going to let the tweets stay up, but they're going to put warnings on them, making it so that anybody who talks like Donald Trump will never rise again on Twitter. So I want y'all in your prayers at night to go before God, because we need a George Washington moment where we're going into battle and he saves us from being shot with the horses out from under us. And just because a lot of these people, they're falling right and left. And we just watched Avengers Endgame again with our uncle for his birthday. And there's this bad guy named Thanos, and he snaps his fingers. 50% of all innocent life is gone. All of it gone. 50%. And that's what's happened to our movement. And that's what happened to Alex Jones and Laura Loomer and Gavin McInnes and now Faith Goldie and all these people. Snap. Gone. Right? But those of us who are left a little bit hanging on, you know, I said Gavin McInnes is literally drunk Thor. He's just like drunk all the time. Because he said we used to have fun, now it's no fun. No, it's no fun. But here's where the rubber meets the road. Do you really believe what you believe? Did you just fight because it was fun? Because it was easy? Or do you fight because we gotta fight? Because it's real? Because we gotta stop women from being forced to wax male genitals and, you know, craziness like that. Guys, remember, we have a P.O. Box 107, Milford, Ohio 45150. If you want to send us your letters, we want to read them on air. Like I said, I got some stuff to show you guys on Friday. Friday's a good day for that anyways. Thank you guys for being here. This has been fun. Fun for me to just kind of hang out with you. So I don't have to worry about talking over Michelle, which I tend to do. And apologize profusely. I just get so much going, and she tries to talk, and I just like cut her off. And so now I just cut myself off because of my own thoughts. The joke. All right. Remember, it's not just conspiracy theory if it's the truth. Right? They're coming at us from all angles, but we're going to take them down with the power of God.
Oh, when you mentioned Google, did you mention that it has like 12 companies that it's invested in its pharmaceutical?
Google has invested in pharmaceutical companies. That's why they're putting down natural stuff. There's no money in baking soda.
But they themselves are invested, so they're actually rigging the system.
They're rigging the system.
For themselves.
All right, guys. I got some dogs here. They got some ants in their pants. So let's go get those ants out of those pants. I love you guys. God loves you, and God bless. And we will see you Friday at 6 o'clock and Sunday at 1. We're going to be here. God willing, no earthquakes or craziness. We will be here Sunday at 1, hopefully. All right, guys. So I'm going to sign off here. Thanks, Michelle, for helping me get everything set up. And now I have to, all I'm supposed to do is shut it down. So where we go, we're there, we're gone there. Oh, I forgot my ending. Let's do that next. No, we're going to do an ending here.
I was cold.